All right, let's just jump right in. I want you to try a little thought experiment with me. Forget the maps, forget all the borders and countries, and just picture the Earth. Really see it for what it is, this beautiful, lonely sphere of rock just hanging out in the silence of space. It's not just a place, it's a dynamic, living thing, and its story is older than we can possibly fathom.
And that story, well, it's written everywhere. Every mountain range, every river canyon, every single grain of sand on a beach holds a piece of it. These aren't just pretty landscapes, you know? They're memories. They're memories written in stone. So what we're going to do is learn how to read them. This is the story of how our planet remembers itself.
But first things first, before we can read the story, we have to completely shatter an idea we all live with every day. The illusion that the ground beneath our feet is solid, stable, and permanent.
I mean, our entire experience, everything our senses tell us, is that the ground is reliable, it's solid. But the planet's reality? Oh, it's something else entirely. It is constant, relentless motion. The continents we live on are in this super slow motion dance. Entire oceans are born and then disappear. Mountains get pushed up, only to be ground back down into dust. And here's the key takeaway, right? Nothing is ever done. Nothing is finished.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It gets to the heart of the really humbling truth that geology teaches us. We aren't the masters of some static world that was built for us. We're just temporary guests. We're built on a dynamic, ever-changing planet.
So, to even begin to wrap our heads around this constant motion, we need a totally new sense of time. We need a scale that's so vast, it's kind of mind-bending. So let's take a little journey into what geologists call deep time.
This is, hands down, my favorite way to visualize this. Imagine the Earth's entire 4.5 billion year history squeezed into a single calendar year. So, the planet forms on January 1st. The very first, simplest forms of life, they don't even show up until September. The dinosaurs, they're really late to the party, arriving in late December. And us, humanity, our entire recorded history, all of it, takes place in the last few seconds before the clock strikes midnight on New Year's Eve. Just let that sink in for a minute. Every person who's ever lived, every kingdom that's risen and fallen, every discovery, every piece of art, it all happens in the time it takes for the planet's heart to beat just once. That kind of perspective, it changes everything.
So what's the engine behind all this change? What drives this movement over these insane timescales? Well, the answer is literally right under our feet. It's all powered by the immense, ancient heat that's been there since the Earth first formed.
You can think of it like this slow, steady leakage of energy coming from the planet's core. And that energy is the engine for, well, everything. It's what moves the tectonic plates and causes earthquakes. It's the fire that fuels volcanoes. It's constantly recycling the very continents we live on. It is this incredibly quiet but unbelievably relentless power. I absolutely love this metaphor. We look at mountains and we think permanence, strength, forever, right? But from the perspective of deep time, they're just temporary wrinkles on the surface of a planet that is slowly but surely cooling down. Even the mighty Himalayas. One day, they'll be nothing more than dust. Okay, so you might be wondering, this is all fascinating, but how in the world do we know any of this? How can you listen to a conversation that started 4.5 billion years ago? The answer is in the rocks themselves. They aren't just inanimate objects, they are storytellers. You see, every single stone has a message from the past. A simple piece of limestone could be the fossilized floor of an ancient ocean that vanished millions of years ago. A certain layer of sediment might hold tiny, trapped bubbles of an atmosphere that no longer exists. And geology, well, that's just a language that lets us read these incredible stories. And if you strip away all of the complexity, all the volcanoes, the shifting continents, all of it, you get down to one profound and beautifully simple truth. The Earth is just trying to, well, chill out. That's it. Gravity is trying to pull it into a perfect sphere, while all that heat inside is trying to escape into space. Everything else we see is just a side effect of that simple cosmic tendency. And isn't that just amazing? From those two simple physical laws, heat flowing out, gravity pulling in, all the incredible complexity and beauty of our world emerges. Mountains, rivers, soil, continents, even life itself, all of it, born from a planet that's just trying to cool down. So, let's bring all this back home. Why does any of this matter to us, right here, right now? What can a 4.5 billion-year-old story, told by rocks, actually teach us about ourselves? Well, for one, it offers us a massive dose of perspective. It teaches us restraint by reminding us that the stable climate and the world we take for granted is actually incredibly temporary and fragile. It teaches us humility by showing us that extinctions aren't some strange anomaly, they're a normal part of this planet's story. But it also teaches hope. Life on this planet has survived asteroid impacts, supervolcanoes, ice ages, you name it. We're fragile for sure, but we come from an unbelievably resilient world.
You know, the great astronomer Carl Sagan had this profound thought. He said that through our consciousness, the universe itself becomes self-aware. It's such a beautiful idea.
And I think geology gives us this absolutely stunning addition to that thought. We aren't just a way for the cosmos to know itself, we are a way for the Earth to know itself. Through our minds, through our science and curiosity, the planet finally becomes conscious of its own epic, unbelievable journey through time.
The rocks were here long before we were, and they'll be here long after we're gone. But for this one brief, spectacular moment, we're here, and we're able to look back and understand the story. So we're left with this one big question. What does it mean to belong to a planet that is never, ever finished? You know, in a way, the fact that we can even ask that question is itself a geological event.